What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. Quick recap here, review, guys. This is just a UFC review of some of the fights that have passed. One of my subscribers asked me, if I can do review videos on Mondays, but I try my best. It may not be on a Monday though. Yeah, man, everything's been good. Just a little recap here on my channel and what's going on, and a little review of some of the fights and what I think about the fights that passed. I've been very busy, guys. I have a next baby on the way. So you know what it's like to when I have 3 kids. So well, I have 2 and 1 on the way. So I've been busy. It's a lot of things going on. But everything is positive though. Good things. Nothing bad. Everything is uplifting. There's no negativity. So just a quick recap here, review, and this card here, man, UFC Fight Night Yan versus Dazavili. I feel I didn't do too well like I should have done on this card. I could have done way better. I just didn't have the time, the moments to break down this card. And in majority of the fights here, I couldn't watch any videos on them because it was just the time. I believe I did it on the day when the fight's about to start, maybe like 4 hours. So it's kind of rushing through this. That is why if you listen to my breakdowns, or whatever breakdown I gave you, I said I'm not too sure about this card. There's a couple fights here I should have gotten right if I spent a lot of time on it and watch footages and one of my subscribers says he left my comment there, sign up to the Patreon account, which I agree. Sign up to the Patreon account because when I watch the face-offs, a lot of times I may make changes, and this could be based off the guy emotion. If the guy is too he's kind of, you can tell if he's stressed out or have a lot of anger. Usually when you see a guy pushing and getting up in your face, even though it's to sell the fight, but still you can tell when a guy is out of character. What I'm saying? Or it's kind of pushing it, it's pushing the envelope too far, whereas like Peter Yan, for example. I mean, Peter Yan's my boy, and always gonna be my boy, but I didn't agree with Peter Yan, man, on what he did. He open palm strike, which is a deadly strike, if you guys know what a strike is. But against an athlete like Marab, he just ate that. It was like nothing to him. You know what I mean? So, but that's a deadly strike, which we use in karate a lot. A lot of self-defense technique. You give a kind of like a ridge to the throat. Open palm strike, which is very deadly technique. If you're on, if the guy's untrained. But that guy like Marab, like I said, that guy's a phenom. Like an Energizer bunny. He just keep going and going, man. So, yeah, I feel with Peter Yan, man, he's kind of out of line. And I feel like in his recent fights, too much emotions, man. And I didn't really expect him to be that kind of person. I never really... Because you can judge a guy sometimes by his character, by just the way how he behave. I'm not saying I'm not here to judge anybody though, but I'm just saying just by the way how he may treat a person or how he behave. Even though it's a full contact fight, the both guys are facing off and they're gonna fight, but they both agree to fight. But there's still respect though, and that goes a long way. What you put out, the energy you put out, the hate you put out, the anger you put out, you're gonna get that back. So whatever you're speaking, how you treat people, if you treat people with love and respect, even though these guys are gonna go in a cage and go punch each other in the face, but there is the honor, the martial art, the Bushido spirit, that's the respect, the love. Even though they're gonna punch each other in the face, it's a dangerous sport, but you gotta show respect. And I feel with Peter Yan, he lost that. His composure, kind of like a disrespectful kind of vibe about him, and like I said, my boy, but man, that is why he's losing his fights, and Marab fight, that was a straight ass whooping. That's straight up. That wasn't any robbery there. It's straight up ass whooping, and it started right from the face-offs. It started from before, but on the face-offs, he ridge hand him in his throat. I'm like, After I saw that, because I kind of had, Peter Yan winning, but in my mind, like I said to you guys, it's 50-50, because I know if Marab can get the takedowns consistently and Peter Yan can't get off any strikes, he's going to lose that fight. And that's exactly what happened. So when I saw the ridge hand, when Peter Yan ridge hand Marab in his throat, I just said, you know what, man, this guy's too emotional. He's going into this fight angry. He's carrying too much anger in his heart. When you have so much anger in you, nothing's going to happen for you. Nothing's going to happen. Always show love. Love will take you home. Love will lead you to where you need to go to. And it will keep you safe. When you're ridge-handed and angry and carrying on like that, everything goes out the door, because then all that training you did, everything you did is gone. Because you're so emotional. You're going to this fight tense and emotional. You just want to go over there and just beat him up real quick and get this win and show him that I'm better than you. That didn't happen. Like I said, Peter Yan's my boy, but his attitude, he has a bad attitude. And that's the reason why, he basically kind of exposing himself here, and he barely hit Marab with any good shots. I don't even think he hit him with one good shot. He was just getting taken down and even outstriked. So it's a good performance by Marab, very, very good performance. As for Peter Yan, man, I don't know. Man. I mean, he's a skilled guy, but with that kind of attitude and anger, and he has to control that. He has to get it under control and have respect. He's gonna have a hard time, even though he's a skilled guy. He may beat some guys at a lower level, but in the higher level, the guys in the top class, he's gonna have a hard time with that kind of attitude. Next fight here with Romanov, man. This is the next fight where face-offs I was gonna change it too. He just doesn't look in shape. He doesn't look. He looked unhealthy. He looked like he almost didn't even make weight at heavyweight. And Volkov looks good. Good takedown defense, everything, man. So that's a good win for Volkov here. Romanov, he's getting exposed. If he can't get a takedown, he's done. That's not good. He needs to lose more weight and I guess take it more seriously, I guess. I mean, he just doesn't look in shape, man. He didn't look in shape, dude. I was going to change that fight, too. The Spann and Krylov was pretty much how I seen it. Jonathan Martinez and Saeed. This is a fight where I would have went to Martinez if I had study footages, because sometimes I know how these guys fight, but sometimes I just need to refresh my mind and I watch a footage of a couple fights of Jonathan Martinez and a couple fights of Saeed. Because I always knew this, when it comes to Saeed, he doesn't like to get pressure. He's a good striker, but once you start closing distance and put him against the cage and kind of break him down and then be more aggressive, he doesn't do well. And Jonathan Martinez is an aggressive, straightforward fighter who can strike. His striking is not bad. Saeed has a different kind of striking, but Jonathan Martinez, he knows that kind of striking because he trained with guys who kind of are like Saeed. So I would have changed to Martinez in this one, man. That's why I say, I do the best I can, guys, and sometimes I may not get these fights out so early. That last week, this card here was, I was just so busy, man. But this card coming up, though, I'm gonna have some time to work on that. So I'll be watching videos. I watch videos for every single fighter, guys. That is how I work on my cards. I don't like just half-ass it. And if I do ever half-ass it, this is what happened. So, yeah, and Mario Batista got a submission for that. The first round on that one. Vitor and Anton. I had Vitor switch. I switched from Vitor to Anton. And the reason why, Anton was too emotional. Too emotional, man. You can't go in a fight with that much negative emotions, man. Positive emotions, okay, a little love here and there, but if you're going there like angry, you're not shaking your hand, because that's what happened in this one. The guy reached out to shake his hand and he's like kind of like brush him off. Because I was going for Anton, when I saw that, I'm like, I don't like this guy's attitude. He's like basically not respecting his opponent, and he's basically doubting his opponent. He's like, oh, you're not gonna beat me. You can't do nothing to me. I'm better than you. You know, it's good to always have a confidence in yourself, but you gotta have respect. So I switched to Vitor. So I had Vitor for the win here, guys. So that's the next fight that I switched. Like I said, sign up to our Patreon account because the face-offs will tell you a lot. You get to see the guys, how the tall, the reaches, and you get to see their emotions and how they behave. You get to see, you know, the attitudes, you know, and body weight and everything like that. It tells a lot, man. Carl Williams and Brusky. Yeah, man, this one was, I kind of have a feeling like Carl would have got a takedown. But it happens, man. It is what it is. David Grant did a pretty good win. You know, I expected that. It was a good submission. Inverted triangle was pretty good. Josh Fiend here. This is a fight where I was going to go for Josh Fiend, guys, because Dumas is, like I said, these fights here, when it's contender series, guys, it's freaking difficult sometimes to break these fights down. It depends on the guy's skill level. Both guys here, I mean, Dumas has some striking here and there, but he's not experienced, man. So it's like tough to like pick a winner here, you know. Even though Josh had one fight in the UFC, it's still when you're dealing with just two contender series guys who are just fresh and just, you know, not, you know, they have footages here and there, but not a lot. It's kind of difficult to break it down. But I wasn't going with Josh Fiend just for the purpose or the reason why, because he had one fight in UFC already, and Dumas is kind of slightly greenish, man. But again, when you look at Dumas' skill set, it seems better than Josh. But it all depends on who Dumas has fought. You know what I mean? It just all depends on the matchups too, man. Because a guy could look really, really good against other guys and beat him up. And then when he goes to a guy like Josh, who may not be like, you know, like the top guy striking or whatever ground, and then Josh beats him. It just happened like that. Like experience and also just the debut, you know, your UFC debut, you know, the jitters, you just kind of nervous play a factor, you know. Victor Henry, I got Victor on that one. Arena, yeah, I was slightly kind of like feeling like, man, can JJ Andrews really have Lipski here, man? When I saw the odds, I was like, I don't know, man. The thing is that with Lipski, yeah, like I said, she has a mental thing where she's on and off. You don't know. She was on tonight, but with Lipski, I feel Lipski's a little bit more sharper and technical, and also has more physical strength. That's what I saw from this, and she was confident, and her striking was on point. JJ was kind of hesitant, kind of nervous. She wasn't even firing anything really because she was worried about getting countered. You know, so yeah, man, fights like this, man, is like, as I said, man, more time to break down these cards, go through footages. I'll do a lot better. I'm sorry about this card here, guys. Bruno Silva expected that from Bruno there, and Carlson Harris expected that too. Gooden takes a lot of damage, man. Oh my goodness. This guy he just walks forward into shots until Harris was getting tired of striking. I guess Harris was planning to knock him out, and he's probably saying, "Oh man, I'm gonna go in and knock this guy out." And he hit him, he can't go down. So he ended up just working his grappling, working his takedowns, which that's what I felt. You know, Harris is more the well-rounded guy here, and better fight IQ. You know what I mean? So that's it right there, guys. A quick little breakdown there, and the Chechenko fight there. Chechenko lost, right? Valentina Chechenko. Yeah, man, that happens. You know, that was a big upset, man. You know, did I expect that to happen? Not really, you know. But it looks like with Chechenko, it looks like there's nobody really at that level to challenge her. So when you have a woman, you know, with a slight skill set, you know, a little better skill set, you know, than the other fighters that she fought, she could go and run into problems because she just hasn't been tested consistently. And I said she's not good, but when you're not when you're not consistently tested, because if you look at the fighters that she fought, you know, I mean, she's not really getting pushed, you know, on a consistent. And even though, you know, she trains in the gym, you know, and she trains with other fighters, but it's different when you get into that octagon. You know what I'm saying? So I'm spelling Valentina right. Did I spell that right? Valentina Shevchenko. Bullet. Yeah, man. So it's just one of those things where it seemed like she kind of wasn't expecting Alexa Grasso to be that good. Her boxing was on point. She wasn't expecting her to be that good because, like I said, Santos was her last fight she had, and she was kind of close with that fight. Some people thought Santos won that fight. So when you have women that are coming up in the ranking who are better than a Lauren Murphy, who are better than Jessica Andrade, yeah, who are better than Jennifer Mayer, who are better than Katie Chukagan, Liz Carmouche, Jessica Ai, even Joanna Juszczyk. So remember, these fighters here are I mean, they're good in their own way, but they're different levels of the game. I feel Santos and Alexa Grasso is on a different level than these women. And I don't think Chichenko, she wasn't expecting that, because she usually just goes through these women quickly. You know what I mean? Or take them to a decision with a good performance. So, with Valentino, you can tell she didn't want to close the distance in that boxing range, because it's just Alexa, boxing was just sharp. She just counters, everything was on point. Very technical. You know what I mean? And you can tell that Chichenko was she was hesitating a little bit. She didn't want to let off a lot of her techniques, especially her kicks. She was just trying to pull back and counter. You know what I mean? So it happens, man. I mean, that I'm not taking anything away from Valentina. She's a very good martial artist. But I guess when you're not tested, on a different level of fighter on a consistent basis, you can forget. So when you're fighting women that are kind of below you in skill set, and you're just beating them easily. Once you fight somebody who's close, like Amanda Nunes or one of those women, it's going to be hard. You have to step your game up a little higher now. You got to make some changes. I mean, that is how I see it. I mean, like I said, I could be wrong here. Just just my opinion. So yeah, so that's basically it right there. And also the John Jones and Gane fight. John Jones and Gane, man. Bro, that was I had a feeling that would happen, man. And simple fact, man. Gane is 11-1, man. I mean, the guy was coming from a kickboxing background, right? Started MMA in 2018, man, and look at the guys he fought. Junior Santos, washed up Junior Santos. Rojan Struck is not experienced either. He's 11-1. He's not experienced either. No, actually, Rojan Struck is 13-4. Okay, he's not that experienced either. Volkov, you can say, okay, that's a good win. Derek Lewis is on and off. Derek Lewis is a heavy striker, but he's a brawler. You know what I'm saying? So I would say probably the more up-to-date fighter that he fought here was with some kind of real experience and technical is Volkov. But he beat Volkov on speed and timing, which is his footwork. On Volkov, it's kind of slow at the movement, so it's the matchup. You know what I mean? And Francis Ngannou was taking him down, so he doesn't have that experience. John Jones is a very experienced guy, man. I mean, the guy is skilled, and you can tell from who he fought. He fought almost the whole entire 205 pounds, right? Yeah, the entire 205 pounds, man. He fought everybody in that division, light heavyweight division. Vitor, Rashad, Machida, Quinton, Araujo, Ryan Bader, Vera, Vladimir, Glover Teixeira, Alexander Gustafsson, Daniel Cormier, and he fought Daniel Cormier a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, Gustafsson, Santos. I mean, who has Gane fought? That was a giveaway. Some of these fights you can figure out really easily, man. Like the Yan and the Dazovili fight. That fight, I felt that, man. That's why my face off. I switched it. I switched it to more rap to win that fight. It's just Yan would need a knockout, and not saying he can't get it, but if you look at how Marab fights, he cut corners. He's not always straight. He's throwing punches and kicks too. He's actually looked bigger in that cage than Yan too. He has a physical bigger guy in there. You know what I mean? His takedowns are elusive. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Romanov is this guy. Romanov is wow. That guy's a tank. That guy just comes forward. I mean, he takes some hits, but he's very technical though. But that guy's a warrior, man. He went in there and get a rear naked choke. You know, like he just walked up and just grabbed his neck, man. John and Turner, I felt kind of won that fight, but it is what it is. And Cody Garbrandt almost got finished. Remember that third round, right? I believe he got mounted. I don't know about Cody, man. I mean, it is what it is. Pulis it was up and down enough. This fight was kind of sloppy. Derek Brunson and Pulis was kind of sloppy fight, man. Both of them had their chins up swinging, but Pulis is not a bad striker though. But sometimes he gets really sloppy, man. It looked like he didn't train for the fight or something, but he just looked tired and just everybody was just falling over. It's just, I don't know. And Aaron Gary got caught in that fight. It happens, man. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter if you're like a prospect, which, you know, super prospect, you know, you shouldn't get caught like that, but it's possible. You know, and you can always get knocked down or knocked out, man. There's always upsets, man. Yeah, man. So that's about it there, guys. Just a little quick, you know, like review of some of the fight cards that went by, like one or two. Yeah. But yeah, man, we look forward to that next card coming up here. UFC 286. Definitely gonna get that out early to you guys. Edwards versus Usman 2 is gonna be a good card here. Gaethje versus Fize. I'm gonna work on this one, guys. So forgive me for the last card there. I felt kind of because I see mistakes I did. I see maybe like four mistakes I did, where it's like dumb mistakes. Cause rushing through the card, I'm rushing through it just to get out to you guys. Cause I had like 3 hours left, so I need moments and time to analyze every fight. And I watch every video on every single fighter and go through stats and read up and even some Instagram. You know, so I'm gonna do my homework on this card and put it out early. You know, so try to get it out to you. I'm gonna get this out to you either Wednesday night, latest is Thursday. Alright guys, you guys keep on kicking. One love out to everybody. Check out my Patreon account, guys. Sign up to that Patreon account. Trust me, one of my subscribers, like I said, he left down a comment, is like, hey man, you know, I got that I got the Marab win, you know, and I'm the Marab win by decision. You know, and because I change plays up on my Patreon account. I'm going to switch up plays, especially when I look at the face-offs. You know what I'm saying? I usually make 1 or 2. Sometimes I could make 5 changes. So sign up to that Patreon account. Also check out my PayPal account. You can donate to the PayPal too to help tap the channel out so I can do this more full-time. This card is in England. Okay. This card, okay, so the Edwards hometown here. It's going to be interesting. It's at 1 p.m. So this is definitely an early card, guys. Eastern time, though. Yeah. So I'm going to work on this, guys. One love out to everybody. And...